Hello again and welcome to the Culinary Kitchen. My name is Chef Jason Champagne. I'm chef owner of Native Chef LLC. I'd like to thank the Muskogee Nation for this opportunity to present from my home here. Today we're going to be doing a really fun recipe called chicken fajita vegetable quesadillas with an avocado salsa. So let's get started on it. Okay, first off we want to get our chicken marinated. I've already trimmed this really good. I trim most of the fat. There's a few pieces here I'm going to trim off. And what we want to do is we want to slice these in about 1/2 inch slices. And I also want to turn my knife on a bias. Instead of cutting like this, I want to get more surface area on these chicken breasts. So whenever we saute, okay, next up, after the chicken is sliced, we're going to go ahead and marinate it. And I'm going to throw it into a bowl here. And then I'm going to add some olive oil, cumin, granulated garlic, paprika, and black pepper. And we really want to mix this up really good. Really coat it. Take some time to really coat all the chicken. Okay, next up we're going to dice up our avocados. So you want these pretty firm, especially when we're going to dice them. If they're really soft and smushy, you don't want to use it for dicing. But this one just got a little bit of a give. A little bit soft, but not too soft at all. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to meet at the end here. I'm going to take it apart here. And then carefully, I'm going to take out the pit here, and what I want to do is I want to spoon this out. Just take a spoon and break it from the bottom. Scoop that out, and now we'll just cross cut horizontally like this, carefully. And then we'll take these pieces and cross down. Now you see why you want a firm one. They don't have to be perfect, just similar dice. And then once the avocado is diced, if you're going to do the full recipe, you'll want a full avocado. I just did half. We're going to roll this lime, get the juices broken up, and then we just want to squeeze this right into the lime, juice of half a lime, or almost half a lime. This is going to help prevent these avocado from becoming oxidized brownish color. So this lime juice will help from preventing that right away. Okay, now we're going to dice up some Roma tomato go in, and Roma tomatoes need to be seeded, and so the best way to do that is just have a little trash bowl and kind of pull out the seeds, some of that juice. Some recipes will call to peel these, but you don't necessarily have to. So now I take my palm and I just smash them. And then cross cut. And then turn them this way. So once they're pretty good chopped up, now that I remember I'm only doing half the recipe, so I'll save these for something else. We're going to add one of the Roma tomato to the avocado mixture. Really stir that in good as well. Next up, I'm going to chop up some fresh garlic here. So again, just kind of finely chop that way and then this way. Get rid of the end piece, and then I'm just going to finely chop, finely mince. Next up, I'm going to finely dice some red onion. Now this is a half of a very small one, and you don't need a lot. We don't want to overwhelm this avocado salsa with onions, so I'm just cross-cutting under 1/8 of an inch this way. And then I'm going to cross chop very, very finely. Probably only need about a tablespoon. So very, very, very fine cuts. And then I want to take a little bit of fresh oregano or cilantro. This cilantro adds amazing flavor to the salsa, so I'll just cross chop this way a few times, and then I'll cross chop this way. Okay, I'm going to cut my bell peppers. I'm going to use half of one of each, and then I'll use the other half for something else. And so what I want to do is I'm just going to cut them directly in half. Okay, I'll use these two for something else. And I want to tuck my thumb right behind this green part. Have a little trash bowl here. And I'm just going to tear out the white parts on that. Tear out these white parts. Once I have them in half here, I'm going to trim the ends off. I'm going to tear out these little middle pieces here. This bigger piece right here, I'm going to cut out the middle carefully. Not necessary, but we do want uniform pieces. And then I just want to cross cut these into similar size strips. So this one I'll cut in half there. And I'll cross cut these into strips. And then that remaining small red onion, we'll cut these into strips, similar size of the bell peppers. Okay, now I preheated my pan and we're going to go ahead and cook the chicken off. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of, or a little under tablespoon of olive oil. Coat the bottom really well. And then I'm going to add the chicken. I want to add these so that they're not crowding each other. I want to spread them out as best as you can in the pan. You want to cook these without stirring them. Just let them sear really good. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, and you can either stir this or try to flip them over. I'm going to go ahead and try to flip these over. And they're not going to take long. Once we flip them over, they're really going to start releasing moisture. So we're not really going to get a whole bunch of sauté from it, but we got a little color from one side, and that's what we wanted. Okay, now that the chicken's really good and cooked through, I'm going to go ahead and remove it to a plate. I'm going to reserve that. I'll come back to it. And to the same pan, we're going to add our bell pepper and our red onion mix. You really want to scrape the bottom of the pan, try to get some of those flavorings, I guess you would say, off the bottom. We're going to quick cook these only for about a minute, about a couple minutes. Okay, so now a couple minutes, I'm going to put the chicken back in here. I'm going to add a dash of salt or a pepper and a little bit of salt. I'm going to really stir that in good. And then right before I remove this from the pan, I'm going to squeeze some fresh lime juice all over the veggies and chicken. Juice of half a lime. Okay, so to the same pan, we're going to heat it to about medium. I'm going to spray it with some pan spray. And then I'm going to add my tortilla and some cheese. You kind of want to spread the cheese on both sides a little bit. And the cheese will help kind of tell you whenever the quesadilla is done, it'll start melting. Okay, so once the cheese is starting to melt like it is, we can put our veggies on one side, and then you can do these ahead of time and kind of keep them in the oven if you want. At a low temperature, like 180, you could hold these while you're doing multiple of them if you have a larger family. And so we're going to put our chicken right in the middle, or one side. And then we'll just fold this over. So this side right here has got a nice golden brown color. And we'll remove this to our cutting board very carefully. Careful, it's going to be hot. And then once on our cutting board, we can cut these into either two pieces. I like to cut them into two pieces, bigger. That way they're not going to fall apart and you're able to handle them a little bit better. And we'll just serve them right next to each other like this. And then we'll put a side of avocado salsa right on top, right on the side like that. Well, that does it for another recipe. Pretty easy, basic. If you're an avocado lover, you are going to love this salsa. Had a lot of fun today. Again, you know, I want to stress that you have to have fun in the kitchen. If you make mistakes, learn from them. I've been cooking since I was about 7 years old, and I can't remember. I have a pile of mistakes that I've made over my life, but the thing is that I always learn from my mistakes. And that's where I was able to make a mistake and learn from it, and then do it again, and you know, do that recipe again, and then not make that mistake over and over and over and over again. So if you think that you're pretty average in the kitchen and that you don't have any skills to do this stuff, I show you how easy it is. It is truly easy. Your kids could do it. This recipe was pretty simple. I hope you enjoyed watching today. Thank you for watching. And you guys have a great day and have fun cooking. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Miigwech.